Welcome to the Seaman Podcast, a show where artists and musicians with an axe to grind throw things deep into the abyss of the Seaman. Transphobia, racism, ableism, anti-Semitism, sexism, and homophobia, it all gets dumped on the trash! How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the motherfucking Seaman Podcast. It's me, everyone's favourite, big voluptuous, delicious chungus. It's Big Tasty. I missed a week because I was like, you know, when like sometimes you lay down in your bed and your bed just kind of swallows you up for a bit, and then you go and do your like everyday life stuff, but then like the bed's just like, come to me, I need you inside me. Oh, that sounded worse than I meant it to. I meant it in like a comforting way, not in like a sexual, horrible, avarice way. I'm gonna stop talking. Anyway, I've been in a bed space, and I've been finding it hard to find the time to talk to people. But I'm not finding it hard to talk to this person because they're a lovely motherfucker that I love a lot. I'm talking to the amazing and talented and beautiful Tom Coles. They play at a band called Sail, who are great. Tom, how's it going?
Real good, man. Yeah. I also this week has been too warm for me to function. I don't function well in heat, and I've also been in bed a lot, and also just napping around my house. I'm napping on the sofa a lot. I very nearly napped in the kitchen earlier.
Napped in the kitchen.
Just had a little sit down. You know what? I could nap here, but I'd wake up and be like, what the fuck?
Just curling up on the cold kitchen floor like a overheated golden retriever.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly my vibe.
Yeah, you give off golden retriever energy.
Thank you.
There's that amazing picture of Sail where you're surrounded by golden retrievers. It's the greatest band picture ever taken.
Thank you. That was we found out about it just looking for fun days out, and then we were like, but what if we did a photo shoot there? We sent them a really long really in-depth emails okay, can we come do a photo shoot? We promise we'll be nice to the dogs, and we're respectful and everything, and they sent us a reply back saying yeah man, just come do it, it's fine, there's no we own the property, so there's no problems or anything, no legal issues, don't have to talk to lawyers, just come and hang out.
Yeah, we don't care what you do with the dogs, just come
exactly.
Here. Well, I'm sure they care what you do with the dog. You're not gonna have an illegal like a wrestling ring, do some illegal dog wrestling.
Illegal dog wrestling. Yeah. That's basically Pokemon.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's human on dog wrestling. How many golden retrievers do you think you could take in a wrestling match?
Shit, that's a good question. I think I'd probably give a really high number, and then the first one would look me in the eyes, and I'd just kind of melt, and then it'll come at me, and I'd lose. It'd be really embarrassing. I'd be known as a guy who lost to two dogs.
Well, I feel like a golden retriever, you'd put they're already cute enough, but if you put a lucha libre mask on one, then I think that would be the end of it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're quite big as well. I could definitely I can definitely see myself being I could lift one, and then trying to lift one and throwing my back out.
Yeah.
And that's the end of me.
It'd be like Hulk Hogan picking up Andre the Giant. But you with just one golden retriever. I probably have an allergic reaction. Do you know this is, I was going to say fun fact, but this is kind of a sad fact. The reason why I went blind in my 20s and had to get surgery and stuff is because of my grand's golden retriever, Duke, rest in peace, who, when I used to go over there when I was a little kid, I'd be cuddling up to Dookie Dog and having allergic reactions, and I'd be rubbing my eyes, and it triggered this disease I had called keratoconus, where I rubbed away all my eye stuff that was making my eyes good, and that's what the medical term is. And then later on in life I went blind. So Dookie Dog.
Oh, Dookie Dog. I think it's a whole vibe that you love dogs so much that
it made me go blind.
An injury.
Yeah. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Do it all for the dogs. My mum just got a dog. They've been talking about getting a dog for ages, and then it was one of those things of like, I don't think you're actually going to do this. Like, you just like talked about how nice it is, and then the other day we're like, yep, got a dog. It's like, damn, okay,
What kind of dog is
that's
it?
good. It's a cross between, I think, like cross between like a Lurcher and a King Charles Spaniel.
Fuck yeah.
Probably with like 6 or something other dog breeds.
Yeah.
It's got but he's really good. He's called Toby. He's about 7, I think. So he's like,
Toby's a class dog name.
yeah.
I don't like Toby as a person name, but as a dog name it works.
I know what you mean. It's like it's got like like beige vibes, hasn't it, for a human?
Yeah.
But for a dog, it's like dignified.
I've never met a Toby who wasn't an absolute wet flannel.
I've never met any Tobys.
I don't want to insult any Tobys that I'm forgetting that's listened to the show being like, oh mate, I thought you were cool. But no, I've never met a Toby where I was like, that guy's not wet as fuck. I'm going to see my listenership go right down as all the Tobys are now clicking off. So, Sale, we'll get into the sea bin in a second, but you just, I don't know if it's private information, I can cut this out if not, but you said you guys are going into the studio, or you're going to be booking some studio time.
Yeah, it's not, we're not very good at keeping secrets. And also, like, I think it's good for us to, like, so we'll be quiet for a little bit while we do this.
Yeah.
It's probably good for us to, like, explain why we're doing it. We're in the studio. We talked about doing an album, like, since forever. We've been putting out like singles and stuff, and that's been fun. But like, we've been keen to do an album for a long time. It is, I think, like at this point, like pretty much like fully written. I think we're sort of tinkering with a few bits, but not like enormously. We're gonna go in. We're going to stage 2, which is our preferred studio in Bath. Lovely there. Dan from Sergeant Thunderhoof owns it. And our recording engineer is Josh from Foxjaw.
Hell yeah.
Great. Yeah. It's just lovely. Like, we when we went in, we were like, we've been to a few studios and like we'd had some good experiences, but like we were looking for like a kind of different sound, and like we were a bit like, I think we were a little bit anxious when we went in, because like, okay, like gotta like, we gotta like, make a good impression. And we just go in just like spend the day just like hanging out. It's good, really good, really good vibe.
Because you Sail as a band, you've had a very I can't think of a right word, but your musical journey has been interesting, because we've been playing together for years, back when like you went under was it Husk is what the band used to be, and it was like very sort of psychedelic doom, super long songs, and then like you kind of transitioned into this almost like a Mastodon-y vibe, like kind of more rockin', but still progressive, and there's like loads of different kind of influences, and it's really cool to see. So I'm interested to like hear a full album underneath this new kind of flavour that you guys are going on.
Thanks, man. I think the new stuff, we put out a single last year and a single this year, this month. I think like it's going to go more in that sort of direction. It's definitely more sort of, I guess like alt rock. I guess is probably the like as vague as that term is more sort of where I put it. I think we just like a whole bunch of different stuff, and we get excited about a whole bunch of different stuff. And that ranges from like Primitive Man to like gospel. So like it's
when last we played with you guys, I think it was in Plymouth with my band Rash Decision. I was thinking, this band sound like if David Bowie joined Mastodon and took creative control.
I'm into that. I like that.
I don't know.
We actually did,
because you did a Bowie cover, I think, at the end of the set.
Yeah. We actually just released that. That came out, I think last week.
Fuck yeah. Listen to that, people. Go find Sail Band on Facebook or wherever and listen to that shit. You brought some bins in.
I brought some bins in.
You brought some bins.
Excited.
So let's get cracking with the proverbial knacking. I swear this episode's been a while gestating in the background for me and you. So I'm happy to finally get this out. That's a. Don't know if you can hear that. That's me slapping my bare knees with excitement. I'm in my pants right now. You can't see because they're talking chest down, but I'm in my undies. Right.
Excited.
Right, first things first. This one's probably going to be a fairly quick one because I have to sit on the fence somewhat and think of any kind of argument for this thing. But this one is kind of really hard to find any kind of argument in its defense, and I don't really know how I'm going to make many jokes about it. So this one might be a quickie. But fox hunting. What's your problem with fox hunting?
what's my beef with fox hunting? I think like. So like I mean like firstly like base level it's just an awful thing to do. Like you don't have to be like involved in animal rights in any way to you could eat meat every day and like think that fox hunting's bad. It's archaic, it's barbaric, it's cruel to animals. It's shitty. it's just a shitty thing to do. I think the thing that pisses me off is like it's every few, like, it always seems to be dead for a little bit. Like, there always seems to be just a thing that people think, okay, well, it's in the past now, we don't do it. And like the people who are arguing for it, like the voices get a little bit diminished every year. But it never quite goes away. Like there's always kind of simmering in the background. Like there are a lot of, there's a definite movement that people want it back. And part B of that is that it's still fucking happening. Like it's like trail hunting is just bullshit. Like it's just a smokescreen for this kind of shit happening.
I don't get how they get away with it because like it was banned.
Yeah.
But it just happens, and everyone's just like, yeah, we'll let them do it. Surely, like they should like be arrested for that. I don't understand the legality. It's like, but I guess they're not going to get arrested because most of the fucking people doing the fox hunting are fucking Tory coppers on their horses and shit. Like the sergeants and shit, high up fucking coppers that are just like, well, I have to keep English tradition. Fuck off, prick.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there, man. I mean, my impression is that it's just really hard to prove. Like it happens in the middle of nowhere. And I think it's difficult to. I think a lot of it's like intention. Like if you, the whole thing with like trail hunting's like there's meant to be no like kill involved. But like it's like that's just bullshit. Like obviously there is a kill involved. I think it's like if you say you go out with the intention of just taking the foxes out, just taking the dogs out and like getting dressed up and doing tradition stuff, it's like it's one thing. But if you, if you go out and then like you incidentally kill a fox, then it's difficult to prove that you went out with the intention to break the law.
Yeah, it's like. It's very similar to another Tory excuse. It's just like, oh, we were just having a work get together or something, while also drinking copious amounts of fucking wine and snorting cocaine and all that business.
We were ambushed by a fox and we happened to be in full hunting gear.
Yes, a fox came up to me with a knife and I had to defend myself. So, luckily for me, Toby brought his pack of horribly trained, brainwashed, wild cocker spaniels with them, and they ripped this assailant to pieces right in front of me, and I was luckily able to escape with my life.
Well, there was an awful lot of blood, but fortunately we were all wearing red. What a surprise.
Yes, well, and oh no, I accidentally ritualistically rubbed the blood on my children's foreheads to indoctrinate them into this cult of murder. I mean self-defense.
I forgot about that. Yeah, it's also weird as well.
Yeah, the only bit that looks fun is you get to blow a little trumpet, don't you? You get a little hunt trumpet.
Yeah. I think like maybe the argument, like maybe we need some kind of like fun alternative involved. Like dressing up and blowing a trumpet sounds like a great time.
Yeah, I mean ska bands do that every fucking day.
Exactly. Yeah. No, more ska, less fox hunting. Yeah, that's what I say.
I mean, I don't like ska, but if I have to choose between ska and fox hunting, fucking. Pick it up all day long. I want to
pick it up all day. Yeah,
I want that shit.
Yeah.
Maybe imagine like a jousting event where one side we have fox hunters on horseback, and the other side we have a ska band on horseback, and they have to joust with their trumpets. Because I feel like the ska would have the advantage because they got those long trombones, and. The hunters only have that little short little tutor.
Yeah, not too. It's getting very Mad Max in my head. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm down for it, though.
Mad Max on horseback, but with scar bands. I love it.
Yeah. Well, we could take the horses out of the equation too. They didn't deserve it. Maybe we could put them on BMXs or something.
That's true. Yeah.
Because, yeah.
You get like, it'd be like Double Dash where you got like guy on the back playing trumpet.
I love that. Oh man, yeah. I think we found the best punishment for.
Yeah.
I mean, just them having to endure the scar band is enough for them to be punished. No, I love. Oh no, I don't. I was gonna say I love Scar. I love Boom Boom Raccoon. That's my, and I love the Acrobats. That's about my Scar appreciation.
I think now, like nowadays, I don't know if I have an opinion, to be quite honest, but like I used to, like when I was a teenager, but like no, I listen to Mayhem, don't like Scar.
Yeah.
And like occasionally I find myself like listening to like someone play Scar, and like I had that really like grumpy like metalhead thing. It's like, oh no, I'm having a good time. Fuck's sake. I'm meant to be Krieg.
I think you should form a Scar Mayhem tribute band called Attila Scar.
Dawn of the Black Scars?
Yeah. D Mysteries Dom Scathanis.
Exactly.
There it is.
Yeah.
I mean, I got no defense for it. It's absolute pish. Fucking, and it's got to go in. It's going in the bin. It's going in hard as fuck. Listen for the splash. Fuck something in. No defense. Yeah, you know what bummed me out? Do you remember when? What's his name from the Prodigy that passed away? Keith.
Keith Flint.
Do you remember when he was photographed fox hunting? That was a
Oh
shitter.
no, really? I didn't know about that. Jesus.
Yeah,
oh, Keith Flint. I thought you were chill. What the fuck?
Yeah, I think maybe he was like, I think he probably renounced it after he got called out for it, but it was still like, oh no man, you were a Twisted Fire starter and I'm a Tory fox hunter, but now he's passed on, so rest in peace. Yeah, we can't.
I mean, like, I wonder if people like go out to events and get caught. I don't know. I don't defend him, but if that is the truth. But yeah, that sucks. That fucking sucks.
Yeah. So we got one thing in the bin. That was a guaranteed bin. You know, I felt like when you put that on the list, you must have known that was going in.
Yeah. I thought that was the rest of them were pretty weird. That was I thought that was a pretty surefire one.
Yeah, at least you get one finger.
I think the last C-event I listened to was the Barney one, and his like some of his were like quite heavy, so I was like, okay, I'll leave with like a heavy one. Yeah,
when I was messaging Barney about it, he was like, "So can I like talk about like racism and stuff like that?" And I was like, "Well, we got this." We got the trash rule, so you know, try and keep it silly. And so he was like, "Oh, I'll do 2 silly ones then, and I'll do 2 serious ones." And then yeah, so it went from being like weapons and polluting to belts and throwing up the devil horns, which I thought was quite a juxtaposition. Yeah. But you've got, this is something we've talked about actually back in like episode 2 or 3 of this show. Which is sort of chewing sounds, but this is recipe videos with sudden loud chewing. So what do you mean by that? So
I think I wasn't really. I know some people. I work with some people who like can't stand like people chewing and stuff. I think fair enough. That's kind of gross, but it never really bothered me. Like it never really like it never upset me. But I try to be like respectful of that. But what fucks me up now is so I'll come home from work, I'll be like lying on my bed or like on my kitchen floor, like looking at my phone, like brain off, no thoughts, and like I'll be watching like cooking videos or whatever. It's all well and good, like he's showing me how to make a curry or something. I'm like, cool, I can make that. And then at the end it'll be like some kind of ASMR. It'll be like ASMR thing, and it'll be some horrible like 4K chewing sound, and like it's like, and that like I have a few things where like certain textures and stuff and certain like some things like that just really like make my soul leave my body. And like I didn't
Yeah.
realize that was one until like it happened to me. I was like, oh god, this is horrible. And now every time I watch one, I'm like, okay, I want to learn how to make like a fucking trifle or something, but like I don't want to run the risk of like I have to
That's
skip
the most
it.
English thing I've ever heard in my life. I want to learn how to make a trifle.
I've got to bring it back. So I've just spent 20 minutes shit talking a fine English pastime.
Yeah, go back to trifle making, the number 2 English pastime. Yeah, but yeah, you'd be watching someone make a trifle, and then all of a sudden they're just like,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, it's not necessary. Do you know what that's called? Having a sort of dislike of eating sounds.
No.
It's called misophobia.
Oh really? But I love miso.
Yeah.
Miso's great.
Yeah, miso is amazing. So much flavour in those little fermenty beans, boys. But I'm alright with chewing sounds,
Yeah.
apart from when people are eating seafood.
Right. Okay.
I think it's because I stumbled across this dark side of YouTube where there seems to be people that do like, you know, that South Korean thing, mukbangs, where they put like a whole table's worth of food and they just film themselves eating it, and they record the audio super high tense because people some people really love the sound of people eating.
Oh,
But
I didn't know that. I
I
will avoid
found
that.
I found a whole side of it that it's just people that eat like ridiculous amounts of seafood, and only seafood, like king crab's legs and like octopuses and like mussels and stuff like that, but they're all like drenched in like chili sauce, so it's all like super slurpy, and you hear like the chewing of like this, because seafood is I know you're a vegan, so maybe you don't remember the texture of seafood, but it has a different texture to other kinds of meat, and it's just chewy and rubbery and weird, and like it just looks really gross to see people like opening up these giant ocean insects and like ripping the meat out, and you just hear like, and it like, to me, like, yeah, it's only really seafood that makes me get a bit gippy. Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, I feel that. I had no idea that existed. It's been a little while since I've gone through like the 2 a.m. YouTube rabbit hole, but I don't
Yeah.
really.
Some of my favorite videos to watch like 3 a.m. if I'm like hungry for like a midnight snack, but I don't have any midnight snacks, sometimes it satisfies my need for a snack just to watch other people eat snacks. I don't know if that's a thing, but there's like compilation videos of like mukbangers taking incredibly gigantic bites, and I find it really funny because it's always like the tiniest, most unassuming Korean lady who'll put like half a chicken in her mouth and just like swallow it like it's nothing, and I'm like, how the fuck did you eat that?
I think that's one of the things about veganism is like I like to eat. One of the things I was going to put on here that I didn't was like, you know, when you eat too many carbs and then like afterwards you're like, I can't do anything. The carbs are defeating me. I was thinking about putting that on, but I went for a different one instead. But I love food and I love to eat, and I love to like. I'm fascinated by people who can like put away incredible amounts of food. There's one guy, I can't remember what his name was, but like his jaw muscles was just incredible, like inhuman.
Is that Matt Stoney?
Might be, yeah.
He's a YouTuber he's like the number 2 ranked professional eater in the world, and his face, he's got a jawline like something out of like Action Man.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look real, and yeah, like ridiculous amounts of food, like huge, like maybe like 19 pounds worth of food in one sitting, and it's just like, that's too much food.
That is too much food.
Yeah, and there's an English guy called Beard Meats Food who does the same thing, where he'll like eat like 100,000 calories in a day, and I'm just like, you mad bastard. Like this, but and we should probably get off the talking about like calories and stuff like that, but it's so I guess the thing you're binning is sort of eating high definition eating sounds when you're not really prepared.
Yeah. Everything else around it, I'm very chill with, but it's the like being surprised by a loud chewing sound. Yeah.
By loud chewing and a crunch. Yeah, I think that's binnable. I think if you're not, at least like put it in like the video description or something, like eating ASMR, just so people can be ready to hear like a full blown fucking ear molestation.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think that's spinnable. I mean, yeah, I think if you know what's coming, it's fine. But if it's absolutely out of thin air, fuck it off. So listen with a splash, in it goes. Unexpected, unprepared eating sounds and recipe videos. Get in the bin. So that's 2 for 2. You got the old, you got the Twix.
Sweet.
How do you feel about that?
Pretty good. I want a Twix now. Do we get a vegan Twix? Do they exist? I should know this.
I'm sure we could rustle one up.
If they don't, then
maybe we should find a recipe video online.
And skip.
Oh no, they're eating it really loud.
Just stop it like 5 seconds before the end.
Yeah.
That's how we get them.
Would I guess the sound of a Twix would be really chewy, right?
Yeah. I think it's like when it's like, like you were saying, like really greasy and like, or like like liquid, like like a sort of I don't know how to describe these noises. They're just like
yeah, I think a Twix would be, there'd be a snap, a little crunch, and then just like the chewing of caramel, and then someone going, I could have about 15 more of those. So right, I'm going to quickly thank my Patreons, and then I'm going to thank my sponsors, and then we're going to have a little silly time. So thank you to Aiden, Adam, James Cake, Christiane, Froggy, Spallbags, Tim, Alex, Sniff, Yocken, CB, Fee and Peg, Rory, EJ, Jimmy, Mark, David, Will, Sarah, Matt, Ollie, Alex, Chris, Dale, Caroline, Dave, Will, and Cody. Yeah, thanks for supporting this month. Thank you to Cold Press CBD. Go to cold-press.io. Use code Simon10 for 10% off your first month's vegan CBD gummy bears. It's a good time. It's a good time had by all. They supported the show for ages now. And I appreciate them. Every now and then I get a little package sent through, and it's just like a little pick-me-up, you know? Because I know I can get to sleep that night because I've got the power of fake weed on my side. So, I asked you before, I keep slapping my thigh because I have them on display. I don't normally, sometimes I wear pyjamas when I record these because I know I'll get distracted by my own hams. Do you know what I mean? So I keep slapping my meaty briskets, or like, I need to stop doing that. So if you keep hearing the sound of meat slapping meat, that's me slapping my meat, but not that kind of meat, other meat. So I asked you before we started recording if you ever heard of a madlib. So I've got this website called madtakes.com, and it has like random madlibs. Now madlibs are, it's like a pre-written things with blanks. We fill in the blanks with silly things, and then when we read it back when it's all done, we get a funny little comedic thingy. So I was thinking, would you want to do letter from camp, personal ad, or sick note?
I think sick note. Let's do that.
Sick note. Cool. Now I'm not very literarily informed, so if I say what a noun is plural, I hope you understand what that means, because I don't think I know.
So if I say like dogs, is that?
Yeah. But right, so first thing I'm going to need from you is I'm going to need a silly word.
A silly word. Forklift.
Yeah.
That's a silly word.
Forklift. Yeah. Are you forklift certified?
No, I wish. They fucking we have a like. I work on a farm, and like there's a forklift there, and I'm always tempted, like, for the meme. I work in marketing. There's no way I would ever need to use the forklift, but like I always think for the meme, I could just get it. Just like bullshit. Some reason why like the marketing department needs to be fucking forklift certified.
I love that. I love that meme where it's like someone standing in a party, and it's like no one here knows I'm forklift certified.
That could be me. That could be me. But
that could be you. Yeah. I'm gonna need a last name.
I try to think of a really Tory one. Smythe with a Y.
Smythe. Ooh, that's a good one. An illness of some kind.
Illness. Typhoid.
Typhoid.
Typhoid is a big one.
Right. That was a Jimmy Carr laugh if I ever had one. Noun plural.
Let's go for. Fuck it. Let's go for dogs.
Dogs.
A dog theme.
I hope you're not getting typhoid from dogs.
No.
I'm going to need 2 adjectives.
Okay. I think this is really bad. Adjectives are the ones that end in ly. I think. Yeah. So like,
No, I think adjectives are like describing words, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
likable or finicky.
Oh right. It's pretty bad that I publicly got that wrong.
I mean, me
Let's
too. I had to random word it to know what it meant.
all right. Let's have blue and uh, difficult.
Blue
Is
and
that
difficult.
yeah? What's blue and difficult?
I'm gonna need another silly word from you.
No silly word.
Something I can spell. Not wow.
Silly word. Hydraulic.
Hydraulic. Damn.
Shit, can I spell that?
Right. Place.
Place. Let's go for Truro, Cornwall. For the first time I saw
Cornwall.
Monolithian.
Yeah, that's where I work.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Name a number.
69.
That's a sex thing.
Yeah, is it?
And give me another adjective.
Random.
Random?
I think it probably is. Is that one?
Let's go with it.
Yeah, fuck it.
Right, let's see what we've got here. Okay. Dear school nerf? Dear school nurse, Forkless Smythe will not be attending school today. He, she, they have come down with a case of typhoid, and has horrible dogs and a blue fever. We have made an appointment with the difficult Dr. Hydraulic, who studied for many years in Truro and has 69 degrees in pediatrics. He will send you all the information you need. Thank you. Sincerely, Mrs. Random. That was pretty good. Should we try and crack out another one? Do you want to do
another
letter
one.
from
Let's do it.
camp or personal ad?
I think personal
ad.
ad. Let's do it.
Right. Well, this one's a bit longer. Right. I'm going to need an adjective.
Cool. Right. Pink.
Pink.
I'm gonna try and do it like no thoughts, brain off. Let's just do it. First
Verb
thing.
ending in ed. So it could be like slumbered.
Cantered. Let's do cantered. That's a horse.
Cantered.
Yeah, I've got horses on the brain now. We were talking about them.
God, this makes me typing. Right, noun plural.
Benches.
Benches.
Benches. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it, man. Liquid.
Mercury.
Whoa. For some reason, I thought you were going to say cum. Right. Noun plural.
Now I'm just thinking about cum now. Noun plural. Computers.
Computers.
Say what you see.
Yeah. Famous person.
Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins.
Yeah. Place.
Penryn, Cornwall. It's where I travelled from to go to Truro at one time.
Occupation.
Tightrope walker.
Tightrope walker.
Yeah.
Tightrope walker. God, I'm shit at typing. I got my thumbs are too fat, man. It's like trying to type with two fat chorizos. Right, noun.
Mug.
Nationality.
Okay. Peruvian.
Peruvian.
Yeah. I don't know why like that came instantly, but like noun, that was hard.
Peruvian. I had to talk type that because I couldn't spell it. Female celebrity.
Female celebrity. Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga. We love Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Shannon from Monolithian does the best Lady Gaga, she sings that shit with her fucking she puts her full legacy in that. Noun gives another one.
Crown.
Crown. Female friend.
Female friend. Let's do Shannon from Monolithian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noun plural.
Sharks.
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 This is going to be interesting. Number.
420.
I knew it. Had to do it. Adjective.
Long. That's gonna be fun.
Right. So we're putting out a personal ad, right?
Okay.
I enjoy long, pink walks on the beach, getting cantered in the rain and serendipitous encounters with benches. I really like pina coladas mixed with mercury. And romantic candlelit computers. I am well read from Dr. Seuss to Henry Rollins. That works.
Yeah.
I travel frequently, especially to Penryn. When I'm not busy with work, I'm a tightrope walker. I am looking for mug and beauty in the form of a Peruvian goddess. She would have to have the physique of Lady Gaga and the crown of Shannon Green. I would prefer if she knew how to cook, clean, and wash my sharks. I know I'm not very attractive in my picture, but it was taken 420 days ago. I have since become more long. I think that one worked out really well.
Funny, I can get longer. Like,
yeah.
To be fair, like if I'd gotten longer, I would definitely put that in my on my personal ad, my Tinder bio.
I've somehow gotten longer. Oh man, that's everyone's dream, really, isn't it?
Yeah, get slightly longer
to become long. Right. So I think we'll definitely find you someone special with that one.
Thank you. I'm excited for it.
But hopefully someone who likes, what was it? Something mixed with mercury. Right. Let's get cracking with some more bins.
Yeah.
Right. So people who judge people who find music through pop culture. Now, what do you mean?
There's maybe a bit weirdly phrased. I think it's something I've been annoyed about recently. So the big example is Kate Bush is very popular at the moment.
Yeah.
Because she was on the Stranger Thing. And to be fair, I think this attitude is dying out. I think this attitude found its way into some kind of proto form on the C bin a while ago.
Yeah.
But people who specifically see people being oh, I've not heard this before, I'm down with it, or this is their introduction to that thing, and they're well, what the fuck, I've known about this for years, or I can't believe, it's just it just crops up every few years. I don't know about you, but I got into a bunch of music because I played Guitar Hero when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was of that generation. I got into a bunch of real seminal old bands through playing a plastic guitar game.
That's super common as well. So many musicians that are now huge mega hit stars got into music from playing Guitar Hero, or imagine the amount of people that that got into this music because they played Tony Hawk.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tony Hawk.
Yeah. So you get into it by playing those games, and you find these bands. Sorry, I interrupted you there.
I think it's people who see that as a bad thing, or it's not super common, but it does pop up, and it irritates me because it's been around for a while. I think it also irritates me because I think at one point when I was younger, I was kind of a dick about music. I can see myself where you see who you used to be, and you're oh, I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it personally upsets me because I have to remember my past. I'm trying to run from that. Yeah, I mean, I think the other thing is like if people like the same thing as you, that's good. You can talk to them about it. That's nice. That's what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw something. Yeah, with the Kate Bush thing, it was like people that were getting into Kate Bush because of Stranger Things, being gatekeeped by people that had gotten into Kate Bush like maybe 3 years prior because maybe they heard the placebo cover or something.
Yeah.
Or
I think it's
yeah.
a big one at the moment is like TikTok. Like she's become known as a TikTok. Like the song from TikTok. I think people are more like, oh, it's a TikTok song. Like you kids these days only know it from TikTok. It's like also like I'm 30 now, but like that song fully came out like 7 years before I was born.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't around when it was a thing. Like no one who I know who's saying this is like around when it was a thing.
Well, TikTok's kind of a breeding pool for introducing people to things through trends. Like all you need is one song to become like a TV show's intro music or to be featured in a film. Like the amount of people who've been introduced to Nirvana because Something in the Way was in the Batman and that became like a meme. And now people listening to Nirvana, and then people were like, "Oh, you only like that song because it was in the Batman." It's like, yeah, but now people are listening to fucking Nirvana. How many sick punk bands are going to be formed because some teenage girl or some young kid who was on TikTok kept seeing that one song go, found it on Spotify, got into punk music, and then was like, "I want to do this." It's like get over the fact that I think a lot of people I understand thinking of like, this is something that's special to me and it's important to me and I don't want it to be tainted by the outside world. So I get that sort of defense of it, but at some point you had to be exposed to it. So, take a look in the mirror and see how you were exposed to it and compare it to this and see how different it is,
Exactly. There's no pure way of like, we weren't born with like a basement full of, or like an attic full of 7 inches. Like
hearing...
I think, Sorry,
I was just going to say, hearing a song on your TikTok For You page is no different than hearing a song pop up on Kerrang when you were a kid,
Exactly. Yeah. I think, and you sort of extend this a bit, like, whenever, like, Kim Kardashian wears whoever wears, like, a metal band shirt, there's always, like, the internet just explodes with people being like, you don't know who Cannibal Corpse are. It's like, well, who fucking cares? Like, Cannibal Corpse are going to get, like, a whole bunch of new like eyes on them. Maybe she just likes the shirt. Like it's fun. It's like a fun thing to wear. I don't personally care if she enjoys Cannibal Corpse or not. I don't give a shit. Like
it'd be fun if she did though.
Yeah, it'd be sick if she did. You can imagine because I think one of the Kardashians is married to Travis Barker. I think. Yeah. So you can imagine there was a world where he was like, because I imagine if he's not like a dyed in the wool fan, he at least knows Cannibal Corpse. There is a universe where the Kardashians have heard Cannibal Corpse.
Somewhere along the line. Yeah. To be honest, I can imagine Kanye liking Cannibal Corpse more than Travis Barker liking Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. It's weird because Travis Barker used to be in the Aquabats.
Yeah.
And a member of the Aquabats is married to a Kardashian. That's weird to me. Like when you say it like that, that's weird.
It's one of those things that like, I don't spend all my time thinking like, do I live in a simulation or anything? But then someone said just I'll be in the shower and that thought will just like flitter into my head.
Yeah.
Like Grimes was. I remember like, this is obviously a sad story, but like when Grimes started dating Elon Musk, I remember like waking up really early, like just scrolling through my phone and reading that and thinking like, am I dreaming? Is this a dream? That's too bonkers to happen in reality.
Yeah, that's a strange thing.
That's fucking coconuts.
Yeah, sometimes things sneak through the algorithm and things get strange. But I think we talked about gatekeeping before on the show. And we're not big on it. And I think if you're going to judge anyone because they've been introduced to something through some other way other than having to search it out themselves, like climb the mountain and find a Tool CD on the top of Everest or whatever, like get over it, fuck it.
Yeah.
So it's going in the bin. It's got to. I think like it's technically already there, but now it's getting double dipped. So listen for the splash, in it goes, bang. So this next one, as soon as you sent me your list, I did it immediately. and that is accidentally sending the thumbs up emoji on Messenger. And
I think this is the pettiest thing that like irritates me day to day. It's the thing that makes me like, when something like you do something, you're like, it's very silly that I'm annoyed by this.
Yeah.
Like I think personally, obviously like you could. There's loads of ways you would just send the thumbs up emoji on Messenger, and it not be a problem.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's inherently bad or anything. But whenever I accidentally send it, I always feel like I've been really passive aggressive. Like I've just ended someone's. Yeah.
Like you couldn't even like give them a fucking response. You had to be like, yeah, whatever, fine. I've acknowledged your message. That kind of thing.
I think it's like it's a universal sign that the conversation is over.
Yes.
Yeah. And like if I've sent it halfway through something, I feel like I'm just like cutting them off, and I'm like, yeah. And then like you have to explain what you've done, and like obviously with like if I know someone, like if I did it to you, I'd just be like, oh sorry, I sent that by accident, lol. But if it's like, if I'm organising like a gig or something and I do it to someone, like I always have to explain what I do, and I look like I can't use my phone.
I tend to, if I'm intentionally sending the thumb, because if you hold down the thumb, it becomes big, big thumb.
Yeah.
So I'll only ever send big thumb if I mean it, if I actually intentionally mean the thumb. So if you ever get a little thumb from me, know it was accidental, because I have to hold that bitch down and get a nice big fat thumb. You're going your way. I hate it because it's like an automatic react that you can have when you like. You pull the screen down in your phone to read a message that's come through, and it has a little thumb there. So sometimes I'll get sent a message and I don't really have the mental capacity to reply to it yet. So I'll kind of keep it there ready to reply when I'm ready, but unread, so I don't seem rude. But then as I'm pulling the screen down, so I'm not on the mic there, I'll accidentally send a thumb, and I'm like, oh no, I got to go in there and elaborate. Oh no, it's not good.
I'll be doing it like when I'm doing something else, and like I have my hands full. I have like it's like hanging there that I've sent something potentially a bit passive aggressive, and I won't be able to like deal with it. It's a very minor thing.
Yeah.
But like I'm very like I don't want people to see me like I don't want people to think I've been rude. And yeah, I think really in reality I don't think anyone would be too upset. Because we're all busy. We've got shit to do. We've got bands and podcasts and shit. But like. Yeah, I was mostly it's just because I worry that like I've been rude to someone.
To be honest, I think I have been upset by a thumb before a few times, where like I've we're having some kind of conversation and or disagreement or something, and you kind of get having an angry text, and instead of like you send a big long message and then they just reply with a thumb. That's when I'm like, oh you fucking
yeah.
Because that is the end of a conversation. Then that's
like,
annoyed me.
Yeah.
So I can.
It's disrespectful. I think like it's sort of in that kind of context. It's like I've read what you've said, and like I'm just not gonna like I'm not gonna dignify it with a response.
Yeah.
Like,
to me, it stings as much as like K. Like when someone just sends like K, I'm like you fucker.
Yeah. I think K's a little bit sassy though. Like I think I would appreciate being a little bit sassed more than just like having the thumb.
Yeah, I'd rather be ghosted than get a K. I think.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Because at least I'm like, well, maybe they, whatever. But when I don't know, I'd rather be nothing than mean a K.
Yeah.
People
are gonna like linguists are gonna dig out this podcast in many years, and they'll be like, finally someone's explained what these things mean.
Yeah, an ancient time capsule. Like finally we're trying to decipher what the emojis meant. Like this ancient language. They'll think it's like hieroglyphics. Like we don't know. We think we know what this eggplant means.
Yeah.
But this thumb.
They grew lots of aubergines. They love them.
Yeah. It was the visual manifestation of their hunger and letting people know, because it would also be sent with peaches and with water, signifying that of mouth-wateringness. But yeah, the thumb, mate. I was gonna say, if you could replace the thumb with any other emoji to make it less passive-aggressive, what would you swap it with?
I think the thumb's quite limited in that like I only ever read it as like like that. I think fuck it, like put the eggplant in. Fuck
Eggplant
it.
in?
Full force. Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe swap it with the muscly arm pose.
Oh yeah.
Or
I like that's a good emoji. I think the coffin one's good. Like that's an underrated one, I think.
coffin one.
The coffin emoji. Yeah.
The cross swords.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
Yeah, the ones that like all the cult black metal and thrash bands use when they're trying to promote their stuff on Facebook, but have to still be cult.
Yeah. What do you think Mayhem's group chat? What do you think they've set their emoji to?
Do you think they have one?
I really hope they're on Facebook Messenger. They probably only like communicate by like little parchments written up and then sent by pigeon. But I hope they've got a Facebook chat.
I'm just trying to imagine like. I can imagine like Necro Butcher just being pissed up and like sending memes to the page and like how Hammer's got him muted and like every now and then like Attila like reacts it with a smiley face. I don't know who's playing guitar for Mayhem at the moment.
I feel like I met like because you can't have like liked metal for more than 2 minutes without having met like someone who knows someone who plays in Mayhem. But I met someone in Mayhem. I can't remember his name. I don't know if he's still with them now. Sorry, I didn't answer your question like at all.
Let's just think of some generic black metal name. Let's call him Smokey Raven.
Smokey Raven, I love it. What's his title? Is he a count? Is he a duke?
Baron.
Baron Smokey Raven. I love him.
Yeah, the Baron Smokey von Ravenstien. made him German. He's got a BC Rich Warlock bronze series that he got on Facebook Marketplace for £60. It's still dusty. It's got flames on the guitar strap.
Love it.
And one rusty E string that's not been snipped.
Has he got one of those coffin BC Rich cases?
Yeah, the case is like worth 3 times as much as the guitar. Just for the aesthetics. And he plugs it into I saw someone post about this. He plugs it into like a Line 6 Spider 3, which no shame on a Spider 3, but he's got like a fake hollowed out Marshall stack that he puts on stage and he hides the Spider 3 behind it and mics up because he doesn't want people to think he's playing for a Spider 3. He's got it on the insane.
He's got one of those like free pedals he got with like Guitar World. My friend had one of those and they were The
Zoom multi-effects.
Yeah. My friend had that and it was our first like like I'm like 11 and like this is my friend's first guitar, just like distortion like sound.
Yeah.
We're gonna start a metal band. We're gonna be cool.
It sounds like a bumblebee farting in a tin can.
yeah.
But you love it. But that's what black metal wants. That's what the Baron Smokey von Ravenstien would want to go through, especially if he's playing in Mayhem.
It's authentic.
Yeah, but I think the Mayhem group chat is either going to go 2 ways. Actually, I think it's going to go 3 ways. It's either going to be really somber and, no pun intended, but a bit dead, and then, or it's going to be full of memes and like lad chatting in Norwegian, or it's going to be something that would probably get them cancelled. Like Ailstorm's group chat that got leaked, and it was all like just horrible racism and stuff.
Yeah, it was real bad.
Was anyone really surprised?
No, this is the thing. Like, they were for me like a band I always like saw at festivals and stuff. So like, I'm having a fun time. Like, it's I'm sunburnt in the afternoon, having a fun time, and then that came out. I was like, I was wrong. I was wrong about this. I will pick another thing to have fun with. Maybe Chirasas are not racist.
Well, they're just mental. I think they just have like their members just go on weird little mental moments. But yeah, I swear, did Ailstorm ever play shows that weren't at festivals? I feel like they're the Michael Bublé of metal, in that Boobs comes out at Christmas time, and then Ailstorm comes out in the summertime to play Keeled Horde like 5 times in a row, get paid loads of money, and then sell loads of merch, and then they just fuck off again into their little vault.
Little vault, little vault.
The little...
They sail off into the distance.
Yeah, and then they come back like, "Where's me money?" And download festivals like, "Here's your money. Play Keelhold."
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. Play those same 3 piratey sounding chords over and over again.
They must have. There's like they're on their like 7th album now, and like for a while, like every Facebook post I saw, or like everything that they got tagged in, I really thought was going to be like them going, "The joke's not funny now. Like we had a really good time. It's been a lot of years. We're leaving." Like, how are you still going? Like, you must have run out of... Like, Pirates of the Caribbean is no longer making films. You must have run out of things to talk about.
Well, now they can talk about the Johnny Depp trial.
That's true.
And write songs about that.
Yeah. That's a fun thing they can do. And they can find ways to be privately racist about it.
Yeah, I think they just released a new song about... And I think the chorus is, like, "Stick a cannonball up your cunt."
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Yeah. I did see that review. I think Metal Hammer put it out and gave like a full like 1.
Just absolutely tore him a new arsehole on that one.
Yeah, I love a good like. It doesn't happen very much. I think a lot of like metal reviews and stuff, like especially if it's like smaller bands, tend to be like broadly positive.
Yeah.
Like a lot of like small time people like tend to write like broadly positive reviews unless it's like really justified. Like I've not written that many like real like I've been writing reviews for like years and years and years. I've not written that many like real like stinker like write-ups. But like occasionally you get to do one. It's justified. Like some bands come out of retirement and like dropped a pointless album or something, or someone's been a real d-bag. Like this, and they deserve to be like have their shit pirate band be taken down a peg. So I was pleased for the writer that they got to like experience the joy of like completely trashing someone.
I used to, maybe like a decade ago, I wrote a few reviews for our website, and I just couldn't, because the stuff I was being sent was absolute dross, and I couldn't bring myself to be dishonest, but I couldn't bring myself to be honest either, just because I felt, because as a musician, like when I read something negative, it proper like hurts me. Like I know it shouldn't, because it's like, who cares, whatever, but like it's, if someone doesn't like my shit, I'm like, why don't you like me, man? I'm just trying hard. So I was like, I can't do it.
I like that as well. I think as someone like, I've spoken to other journalists about this as well, and like the majority of the stuff you're sent as a journalist is like fine. It's like you're like a competent enough band to like have hired a PR to get it sent to your like website or magazine or whatever, but it's just like not noteworthy in any way, and like finding something to say about like the like 500th clone of like photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy of Cannibal Corpse is like, oh my fucking god, there are that like it's fast, I guess.
It's fast, and the singer goes.
Your press release says it's the most brutal stuff we've ever done. Like, cool.
Yeah, I get sent a lot of those press releases because I've obviously been put on some database of sort of music adjacent podcasts, and even though they've never heard the show, they think, oh well, he must play songs on his show. So I get sent that stuff all the time, and I have to reply with like, I don't play music on my show. If you want to come on and talk to me and be silly, you're more than welcome. And then they never reply. I'm just like, you're missing out, man. You're missing out on people might listen to your band if you come on and talk about Bigfoot fucking you. Works for me.
I missed out on that. I could have talked about that.
Yeah.
Did someone put that as their like that's something they hated?
No, I'm just
when they have sex with Bigfoot.
I just talk about how mine and Bigfoot's very erotic relationship often, and it's it's done me well.
Ah. Wow.
Just breaking out, not hiding our love and talking about our encounters and embracing our cryptosexuality has really opened some doors for me,
Nice. I like that. That's a heartwarming moment.
Yeah, don't hide who you are. Exactly. If you want to fuck 8 foot tall hairy cryptids, there's no shame in that.
Exactly.
Lots of people do.
Yeah.
If you had to choose a cryptozoic creature to have intimate relations with, who would you choose?
Shit, man. I've got a tattoo of the Falmouth one, the Morgua.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I'm so like you can see it on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would pick the big sea monster. I reckon Mothman would be into some really freaky shit.
Mothman.
Yeah.
Yeah. The people draw and have lots of fan art of Mothman in like sexy tights and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think
They decided he's a fishnets guy.
yeah, I think Mothman would be good. I would only because of the name, I'd probably choose the El Chupacabra just because like goat sucker. Like what else are you sucking?
Is that what it translates to? Goat sucker?
Goat sucker.
That's fucking sick.
Maybe El Chupacabra is the throat goat. Like Nancy Reagan. But on that note, yeah, I think it's got to go in. I can't even remember what we were talking about. We got so off track.
The Facebook thing. Oh yeah,
Accidental thumbs up. That's one of the most. That's one of the most extreme fucking left turns that I think a bin has taken in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. I don't know. I mean, it is annoying. It does annoy me. I might leave this one up to the slow bro, you know. Because,
okay.
I feel like it's annoying, but I don't know if it's bin worthy annoying. So I'm gonna let the bro. The bro has decided that it's not bin worthy annoying.
Fair enough. I will respect the bro.
Yeah, maybe we need to just normalize the thumb. And
maybe we should.
Yeah, and just be like, look, there's no awkwardness in the thumb. It was an accidental thumb. Get over it. Yeah. Thanks for coming on, Tom. It's been amazing chatting with you, my friend.
Yeah, man, it's been great. I really enjoyed it.
So let the people know what's going on in the world of this amazing human being that sits before me.
Thanks so much. Cool. We Sail are doing a record. That is going to be out. Like it's like probably quite a while. Like you and I know like how long it takes from like being in the studio to like a year later being like we should probably release this.
Yeah.
We've got a new single out. That's on Spotify and Bandcamp and everything, and iTunes and what have you. Emotional Ocean that came out on the 3rd. We've got a David Bowie cover 5 years that came out on the 16th. So we released a bunch of stuff this month to sort of as a smokescreen for not releasing anything for probably quite a while. We can do a bunch of shows. Yeah, we can do a bunch of shows. We've they'll be up on our socials and everything. Probably quite local. I have a book coming out on October 16th. It's about death metal. It's about the history of death metal. If you want to read some bolt thrower trivia.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. That's coming out. It'll be available in bookshops. You can pre-order it. That's all the things I'm doing.
Brilliant. Well, thank you for coming on. It's always amazing to see your smiling face.
It's been a pleasure, man. Thanks so much.
And hopefully I'll see you at a show very soon, Tom.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
All right. Thanks for listening, guys, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Hey guys, it's me, Big Tasty. I just wanted to say cheers for listening to this week's episode, and I hope you enjoyed listening to it as much as I enjoyed making it. Now, if you feel so inclined, you should come check out my Patreon page. You can sign up for as little as £1 a month, and you get weekly exclusive video tier lists and monthly mail-outs with things such as stickers and fabric patches, zines and art prints. Hey, and if you can't spare the money right now, I totally understand. No pressure. I'm going to keep making episodes regardless, but if you can support financially, it really helps the show. Just keep moving on. And then another way you can help is just to follow us on stuff like Twitter and Instagram at Seaman Podcast and share it around to people that you think might like this filthy shit. Anyway, love you guys, appreciate you, and I'll see you next week.